I beat the freeze. Okay, so we're going to be jumping into soap. I believe this is episode 8. I've already forgotten. Yes, episode 8. I've got my friend, I've got my caffeinated beverage, even though it is almost midnight, and I definitely should not be caffeinating myself. I don't give a fuck. I'll sleep all day tomorrow if I have to. I'm gonna watch a couple of episodes of soap. We're gonna marathon and do a couple of episodes. I do apologize if you hear birds all through the video. I've waited for about half an hour for them to silence before I realized how strange it was that they were chirping at all at almost midnight. Because don't birds usually only like chirp during the day? That's why you can do the thing with canaries where if you put a blanket over their cage, they think it's night and they shut the fuck up. So it feels like end times when I'm hearing birds at night. But I'm aware it is probably end times. No, it's spring, and those are probably mating calls. And love never sleeps, so until those birds finish what they're doing, we're just gonna have to live with it. I have no idea what happened in the last video. I fucking... This show, I don't know what's going on anymore. Jessica, okay, I do not believe Jessica is in, like, she says that she doesn't believe the secretary. I think she does. And she's just using this as leverage to work on her own guilt over cheating on Chester. That's right, Chester, right? The other one's Bert. Bert finally has a gun to his face and is aware that Danny is going to kill him. At least we hope he's aware. He did smack the gun away the first time, so he might still think it's a joke. I keep wanting to call Chuck Mitch. Like, I just ran that through my brain 3 times. Mitch. No, not Mitch. Chuck and Bob have arrived. And I know this is probably not going to happen, but I hope there's a plot twist where Bob is actually real. Just a random episode where Bob is Slappy the dummy and he's actually real and has been corrupting. I almost just said Mitch again. Chuck for years. I'm almost positive that's not where the story is going to go. But I really want that to be where the story goes. That would make the show so fun. But let's get into it and see what we're going for episode 6.
This is the story of 2 sisters, Jessica Tate and Mary Campbell. Jessica lives in a neighborhood known as Rich. Jessica likes life. The only thing about life she would change, if she could, is that she would set it all to music. The Tates have more secrets than they do money. We're approaching Mary Campbell's house. Mary, too, likes life. Unfortunately, life doesn't seem to be too crazy about her. As you can see, the Campbells don't have nearly as much money as the Tates. They do, however, have as many secrets. In last week's episode of Soap, another of Bert's sons, Chuck, and Bob, his wooden doll, arrived from Hawaii. Much to their horror, the Campbells discovered that Chuck believes Bob is really real. Although he really isn't real, he is real obnoxious. Claire told Chester she was going to tell Jessica everything, but Chester didn't believe her. Much to Chester's surprise, Claire did tell Jessica everything. Only Jessica didn't believe her. Or did she? Following the Godfather's orders, Danny invited Bert to a cabin in the woods in order to kill him. Bert thought he was going in order to fish. Imagine his surprise when he found a pistol pointed at his head. Confused? You won't be after this week's episode of Soap.
They keep saying that, and I keep staying confused.
We begin this week's episode of Soap where we left off, with Danny about to kill Bert. You're gonna kill me? You're joking, right? I mean, of course you're joking. Oh, what? No? You mean you're actually gonna kill me? I'm having a lot of trouble believing this. Danny. Now listen, Danny. If you're really going to kill me, could you at least tell me why? You killed my father. That could do it.
It's a valid reason.
Well, that explains the gun now. Now the gun makes sense. To tell you the truth, I'm relieved. Yeah, really, you know what it's like trying to keep a secret like this? And the guilt, the nightmares.
I have to do it, Bert.
Hey,
No, I want you to know that I have to do this. I don't really want to, no matter what you did, but I have to, otherwise they'll kill me.
hey, Danny, it's okay. Don't worry. I mean, what kind of a choice is that? You or me? Naturally, you're going to pick me. I mean, don't feel bad about it.
Well, I just wanted you to know.
So, are we going to do this now, or wait a while, or what? Let's do it now. I want to get it over with. This and a dentist are two things I don't like thinking about for too long. Hey, do you mind if I sit?
No?
Good. I think I'd like to sit down. That way I won't get so far to fall. Danny, if I'm sitting down, you have to lower the gun, otherwise you're going to hit the wall.
This is very hard for me, Bert.
Hey, what, do you think it's easy for me?
No, but I have to pull the trigger.
Hey, I'm the one that's getting shot here.
I know, but I'm going to have to live with it.
Hey, but I'll be dead. Oh, Danny, you ever shoot before?
No.
Too bad. Okay, don't worry. Now, listen. Just line me up on the side. That's a little bump on the end there. Just... Bye, Danny.
Bye, Bert.
He's obviously not going to shoot him.
No, I can't do it.
All right, give me the gun. I'll shoot myself.
The gun?
Danny, if you don't do it, they're going to kill you. Now, come on, shoot to kill.
No.
Danny, listen to me. If they kill you, your mother's never going to survive it. You're her little boy. I'm just her husband. I mean, her first husband got killed. She's used to it.
No.
Danny, okay, all right. Don't panic. Come on, we'll make believe it. We'll make believe it's a game, okay? We'll make believe that we're in a shooting gallery and I'm one of those bears, okay? And I'll move around like the bear does, okay?
Forget it, Bert. No way in the world am I going to shoot you.
Danny, if they want me dead, they're going to kill me. At least do it and get credit for it.
They don't care about you dead. They need something on me. I'm going to have to hide out.
All right, now, you're going to need money. I'll give you some. I got some saved.
No.
Yes.
I'm not taking your money, Bert.
Danny, we're not discussing it. Yes, you are.
No way.
Hey, Danny, give me a break. Either take my money or kill me, one or the other.
Okay. I'll take some money.
Good.
Well, I don't know what I'm going to tell Ma. I can't tell her the truth.
No, she'd be worried sick. Plus, once she knows the whole story, she's not going to be too thrilled with me either. I'm murderer.
Don't worry. I'd never tell her. The Godfather told me the whole thing. I know why you did it.
Thanks, Danny. Come on, let's go. On the way home, we'll make up a story to tell your mother. Now, Danny, if they're out there and they see us walk out together, they're going to figure out you didn't do it. And they're going to kill both of us. So let me go first. None of us suspect anything.
Well, so if Danny's not going to kill Bert, how is he going to deal with getting out of the mafia?
Mary, I mean, I don't understand. If it's a doll and it's his doll, how can he think it's real?
He does, I swear. It's got its own bed. I had to serve it dinner. Last night I had to make fish because it doesn't eat meat.
Why doesn't it eat meat?
Jessica, it doesn't eat.
Okay, I've heard people say that fish is not meat, and I don't understand that. Fish is meat, isn't it? I've heard that before, and I've always felt like it's somebody trying to, like, talk themselves out of what they're really eating. Because fish is definitely meat. It's the meat of the fish that you're eating.
Oh. And the fighting that's always going on. Chuck and the dummy are always arguing.
Well, Mary, I mean, that is ridiculous. I mean, if he's going to have a doll, he should have one he gets along with.
Exactly. Like friend. We never
Here
fight.
they come. Listen to me, Dave. I'm getting as crazy as everyone else.
Morning.
Morning. Chuck, I'd like you to meet my sister, Jessica Tate. Jessica, this is Chuck Campbell.
Hi.
Hello.
And Bob.
How do you do?
Hello, Bob.
Big ones. Hey, Cookie, you forgot something?
I'm dying to see how he eats it.
Oh, God, I really need this. I really need eggs like rocks this morning. Hey, sweetheart, it's about these little yellow boulders on my plate here.
Mary, Bob's eggs are too hard. He really wanted over easy.
Now listen, Chuck. Enough is enough. I am not making any more eggs, and that's fine. That I make eggs in the first place for a dumb dog that doesn't eat is crazy. So if you expect me to make them again, forget it.
Okay, that's it. Call United Airlines. I want the first flight out of here.
Just calm down, Bob. This is my family.
Of course, I was going to explain you.
Now, listen,
Boys, enough. Stop it.
Stop it, she says. Who do you think started this, pussycat? You and your rotten eggs.
You know, Mary, he's right. In fact, you've been creating tension between us ever since we got here.
Can't you stand to see two people getting along?
I have not. That is not true.
You're arguing with him.
I don't believe this. I'm defending myself to a dummy.
Mary, if please I may say something. I was here and I heard you. You did refuse to serve him.
Okay, listen. Jessica's father is dealing with some dementia. She is used to playing into these kinds of mind games.
Come on in.
Hey, what are you doing?
I gotta go away for a while.
Where?
A little trip.
You're in trouble.
I'm not in trouble. It's a business trip.
Hey, come on, Danny. I know what business you're in. We'll get a lawyer. We'll go to the police.
If we go to the police, I'll be in jail when they kill me. If we get a lawyer, I'll be broke when they kill me. Forget it. I gotta go.
Danny, I think there's something we should talk about before you go.
How do you fold a jacket?
Danny, when you come back, you might have a sister.
What are you talking about?
In a few days, I check into the hospital for the sex change operation.
Oh, come on, Jody. I'm in no mood for jokes now.
I'm serious.
Come on, knock it off, will you?
Danny, it's no joke. I'm gay.
You never quit, do you?
Hey, facts. Face facts, will you, Danny? I'm a homosexual. It's the truth. I'm gay.
Hand me those pants.
Danny, don't make this difficult for me. I mean, what you're doing is saying that you can't accept me if I'm gay.
You're not gay.
I am.
That's ridiculous. How can you be gay? I mean, we're brothers, and I'm not gay, so you're not gay. Anyway, you're too good in sports.
Dan, that has nothing to do with it.
You're not gay.
Danny, have you ever seen me out with a girl? Have you?
You're not gay. You're shy. That's it. You're shy. Now hand me those shirts.
Danny.
You are not gay. You are not gay. I don't want you to be gay, and you're not. So shut up and hand me those shirts. Why?
I don't know why. I just am.
Well, maybe you're not. I mean, how can you be sure?
I'm in love with Dennis Phillips, the quarterback.
Is that it? Is that the proof? For God's sakes, Jody, I'm crazy about Joe Namath. I idolize Mean Joe Green. I'd give anything
We're
to...
lovers, Danny.
Dennis Phillips is gay?
Not officially.
Boy, this is a lot for one day.
Danny, what's the big deal, huh? I mean, now that you know, am I any different? We're not friends anymore?
You don't look gay.
I'm still me. Hey, I'm still the Jody who plays tennis with you. I'm still the Jody who bowls with you. I'm still the Jody who laughs with you. And I'm still the Jody who counts on you.
You're probably not gay.
I am. And it shouldn't make any difference. And if it does and you don't love me now because of it, then you've never loved me at all.
Jody. Look, all these years, I didn't want to hear it. I didn't want to listen to you. I was afraid if I ever heard it, I couldn't look at you again.
Well, can you?
Yeah.
Friends?
Are you kidding? No, we're still friends. Not only are you gay, you're a jerk.
Thanks, big brother.
You're okay, little brother. Hey, you know, now that I look, you do walk kind of funny.
Could have gone better, but it ended well.
Come on, Mary. Come on, darling. Why don't you sit down there, Chuck?
What is it, Bert?
Well, now I asked you all down here because Danny has some really great news, and he told me first. Isn't that something?
Back down. I really needed to be dragged down here in the middle of the night.
What's the news, Bert?
Well, now we all know that Danny's been involved in some very dangerous activity with some very dangerous people, but he's getting out of all that. Not that what he's getting into isn't dangerous, but the people he's getting into it with aren't. Nice people, nice bunch of people. So what we're getting rid of here is a rotten bunch of people and keeping a little of the danger. And after all, what is a little dangerous? I mean, crossing the street's a little dangerous, eating eggs is a little dangerous.
Exactly what sort of dangerous work does this nice bunch of people do?
Spying, Ma.
What?
Spy. I'm gonna be a spy.
Like the CIA?
A spy?
Right.
What are you, crazy? Who becomes a spy? What kind of a job is spying?
Well, you see, I was selected.
Selected?
Yeah, I was selected by
Computer, Mom. The government's doing all these things by computer these days.
right. See?
Very nice. You'll run around in a trench coat getting shot at. I love it.
Ma.
And Mrs. Baum down the street thought she had a good one when her daughter became a hooker. Nothing.
Please. Try and understand. I don't want to leave you like this. But I gotta go.
You're leaving now?
Mary, there's just so much spying you can do in a living room.
When will I see you again? Do you spy weekends? When will you ever come
So
on?
I guess they're writing him out of the
Whenever I
show.
can. I have to be in disguise, though.
In disguise.
Right.
Wonderful. I'll be the only mother who gets visits from her son and doesn't know it.
I guess they're putting him in hiding, kind of.
Take care of yourself.
Bye, Bert. Bye, Chuck.
Bye, Danny.
Bye, Bob. Be nice.
Bye, Dan. Can I have your room?
Ma?
I can't.
Ma, please.
I'm not ready for this. I mean, it was only yesterday I was changing your diapers. I swear. Yesterday I fed you strained beets for the first time and you spit them out at me. Now you're leaving and I don't know where you're going or what will happen to you. Yesterday you were spitting up, today you're spying. It's hard to make the adjustment.
I'll come home, Ma. I promise. As often as I can.
You take care of yourself.
I will.
You remember to eat. Listen to this. I'm telling a spy to eat regular meals.
I'll eat, Ma. I promise. Goodbye.
Wait. I love you. You're still my baby. Just, no matter how old you are, you're still my little boy. When you're 80 years old and putting your teeth in a glass, you'll still be my little boy.
I know.
I guess I have to say goodbye now. Could I say goodnight instead? It's easier.
Night, Ma.
Good night, Dad.
She's really going through it. She's got one kid that's running away and she doesn't really understand what's going on. Because they're lying to her. He's just kind of going into hiding. And then her other son is going through a sex change operation. I think he said in 2 days. Like, this woman is going through it. That's a lot of change for
No,
one
sir.
middle-aged lady
No, sirree.
in a
I
week.
have served food to people who don't eat it. I have served food to people who throw it. But no way am I going to serve food to a dummy.
But Benson, he's a guest.
Forget it.
Jessica, Benson has been with us for I don't know how many years, and I have never agreed with him. Now, though it pains me to say this, is absolutely right. I, for one, am going out to dinner.
I'll join you.
All right, Benson.
I feel like chinks. You want to eat chinks?
Chinese food would be fine, Benson. I know just the place. Billy, would you like to come to the Chinks with Benson and me?
Are you kidding? I missed this?
Yeah, a dinner party for a dummy. Really, Jessica?
Well, Chester, it's all right, Benson. I'll get it. Hello.
Fuck, I want Chinese food
Come
now.
in. Well, my goodness.
They said it too many times.
Tell them, Bert.
They're coming?
Didn't they come with you?
Yeah, well, sure, of course, kind of.
Tell them what happened, Bert.
It's no big deal. They had a little fight.
What is that tie? It's so
They
wide.
made us stop the car so they could continue in private.
Your son and his dummy are fighting?
Yeah.
Tell them what they were fighting about, Bert.
Come on.
Maybe it's not that wide. Maybe it's just an optical illusion because it's so ugly. Why do I hate all of this man's clothing?
No, tell them.
Billing.
What?
Billing, you know, I mean, the act is called Chuck and Bob. And Bob feels that since he's the main attraction, his name should come first.
I don't believe this.
Well, I don't know. I can see his point.
If you go alphabetical,
I'm sure.
it's also would be Bob first.
Please accept my apologies, though we had to settle a little something outside.
Oh, that's all right. I'm just so glad you could come. Now come right in here and meet everyone.
You'll have to get my partner. He's not talking.
Cute, isn't it?
Did I exaggerate?
Chester, come here, dear. Come here, Chester. This is my husband. Chester, this is Chuck, and this is Bob.
That's him? You gotta be kidding. That guy's 80th he's a day. I hope he's got plenty of money, because it's probably all you're getting from him.
Jessica.
Well, let's all have a drink. Come on now, let's go to the bar and have a drink. Come on.
You better open your mouth and say something, Cretin, or I'm leaving. Okay, all right. It stays Chuck and Bob. Chuck and Bob. You happy now, Cretin, huh? Let's get over to the damn bar. I'm gonna need a drink to get through this evening.
Why is the kid freaking out?
Excuse me, Granddad. Scotch and soda neat. Hey, Sambo, the noon whistle did not blow. I said scotch.
Well, how old is Chuck?
One more word and he goes into the fireplace.
I'll get it, Benson. Yes?
Telegram from Mary Campbell.
Oh, I'll take it.
I've got to hand deliver this.
Oh, Mary, come in.
Telegram late at night.
Oh!
It's Danny.
Hey, back off, easy.
It's Danny. It's Danny.
Oh, Danny.
In disguise.
I just wanted to say hello. I'm afraid I can't stay.
Is this one of your spying disguises?
Yes, Aunt Jessica.
Oh, Danny, it's wonderful. Nobody in the world would recognize you.
Well, I gotta go now.
Oh.
I'll come again soon. All right?
Bye, Danny.
Goodbye, everyone.
I'll see you.
Bye-bye. Get out, everyone.
Does anybody get hit? Jesus.
Well, Jessica, the Campbells come over for a little Tuesday night shootout. This is the last night they come to dinner.
I've been hit.
Oh no.
Oh, my God. Hey, somebody, he's been hit.
Chester, do something quick. Call an ambulance, Chester. Dad, you calling an ambulance for a dummy? It's a dummy, Dad.
You get the Purple Heart, soldier.
My God. They're trying to kill Danny.
It's okay, Mom. He got away.
Mary, don't worry. He's fine. Don't die. I'll do anything. I'll make it Bob and Chuck. Bob and Chuck? Yes. Yeah, it's got a nice ring to it.
Okay, what are we all standing around here with our thumbs up our noses, huh? We're gonna eat or not?
But your wound.
Just a nick, little plastic wood, and I'll be okay, yeah.
Oh, I'm so glad you're all right.
Jessica, he's a doll.
I knew you'd like him, Chester. Come on, everybody, let's go to dinner.
They're very nonchalant about the drive-by.
I don't know how much more of this I can take. I know we all have our crosses to bear. This is ridiculous.
Well, I agree, girl. You are going through it.
Will Mary find out that Danny is running for his life from the mob? Or will she continue to believe that he's a spy? Will Mary ever make eggs the way Bob likes them? Or will the dummy have to go to a coffee shop for breakfast? Will Jody really become Danny's sister? Will Danny, now that he has to run from the mob, live to see it? These questions and many others will be answered on next week's episode of Soap.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure Mary understands what's happening now because obviously they just tried to kill him. So she knows now that he's not really like in the CIA. He's just kind of in hiding because the mob wants to kill him. There's not too much else to say about this episode. So we're going to jump straight into the next one. Okay, so we are instantly right back in because I said I'm going to be marathoning these. We're doing episodes 8 and 9 tonight. So I just finished episode 8. It ended with a drive-by, which genuinely shocked me because I wasn't expecting a drive-by, obviously. But they acted so nonchalantly. It was like, well, that just happened. Let's go eat. Danny is on the run and in disguise now, but obviously the disguise is not working since there was a drive-by when he showed up for dinner. And I've skipped the main intro music so that we're going to jump to this one straight to the recap of last week. And the birds are still horny.
In last week's episode of Soap, Danny, unable to kill Bert, now has to run for his life so the mob won't kill him. Since this news would kill his mother, Danny told her that he was going off to be a spy. So far, he's managed to fool Mary, but not the mob. because when Danny appeared in disguise at the Tate dinner party, the mob tried to kill him. Fortunately, Danny got away. Unfortunately, Bob the dummy got hit. Confused? You won't be after this week's episode of Soap.
Did Bob really get hit though? Did they show a wound? I think Bob's faking it because he wants his name first. Oh, we're at the hospital though.
I was never so embarrassed in my life. Did you hear him? He tells them the real reason he's here.
They're gonna know, Bert. When I come in wearing blue and go out wearing pink, they're gonna know.
Quiet, and there are people around. I hate it here. There are germs all over this place.
Darling, you want to wait downstairs?
It's depressing. Everybody looks sick.
Bert, it's a hospital.
Who knows what you can pick up here? Look at him. Who knows what he's got?
Engine trouble. I got a little engine trouble.
Oh, well, hi. It's nice to see you.
He looks familiar.
That's okay. I'm glad. I thought I was dead. Barney Gerber. Heart.
Jody Dallas.
Appendicitis.
I'm in for a sex change.
What do you want to change sex? If I remember correctly, it was pretty terrific.
No, I'm in for a sex change operation.
No kidding.
He's her son, not mine. It's her boy.
Well, not for long. So, a sex change. Wait a minute. Of course, I saw that once on a television show. Bill Bixby went in, and after the commercial, Sally Field came out.
See, I have three sons, real sons, you know, only men's sons. Kind of guys.
Look, let me get this straight. You're a fagular. You're a fagular, a homo boy.
Right.
We definitely can't say that first one again.
Oh, mister, take it easy. Nice is what counts.
Hi there, Mr. T. Are we feeling better today?
We? What are you all of a sudden, my partner?
Honey, how many times did we go to the bathroom?
You, I don't know. I went twice. And it was a long, exhausting trip for nothing.
I'm gonna take some blood now.
Take his. I got no more left.
You see, I can't stand this with blood, hearts. Mary, I gotta get out of here.
I'll meet you downstairs.
Okay. Are you sure about this?
Yeah.
You take care of yourself.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You're sure you're sure?
Yes, Mom.
Oh, God, it's all my fault.
Oh, it's not your fault.
It is. It must be on your mother. When things go wrong, they blame the mother. Ask anyone. It's a known fact. Psychiatrists get rich blaming mothers.
It's not your fault. It has nothing to do with you.
Maybe it was the piano lessons.
Mom, you have been a terrific mother. It's just the way things turned out. Look, I'm healthy and I'm happy. I feel responsible for that. You okay?
I better go. Bert's probably throwing up in the lobby. I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay.
You'll still be...
I'll still be. It's just some tests are doing that.
Okay.
I love you, Mom.
Oh, I love you too. Maybe that's it. Maybe I loved you too much. Maybe you get out of here. See you later.
Yoo-hoo! Could you please open up this curtain? I hate this backstage life here.
I'm definitely gonna have to watch
All
the credits to
years of
see who this
research,
is.
money, drugs. You know what really keeps me alive? That girlie.
Who?
Nancy Nightingale, whatever her name is. I take one look at that girlie and all the girlies like her, and my heart beats a little faster. Which is good because it's having a little trouble on its own. When I take one look at her and I forget that I'm Barney Gerber, 68 last April, with a heart that beats like a struggling moth. I forget because a 25-year-old Gerber looks, and he wants, and that's what keeps me alive. Wanting something. Just the one thing. Well, that and the corned beef my partner sneaks in here twice a week. But as long as you want, as long as you look forward to, kiddo, you can live forever. They'll have to murder you.
You're okay, Mr. Gerber.
Barney, Okay, why shouldn't I be okay? I got corned beef, a cutie, and now a nice fagaloo. Maybe if I'm lucky, plays gin rummy.
Stop saying that.
You're lucky.
I'm lucky.
Yeah.
I got muzzle.
Yeah.
Oh, am I going to have fun? Oh, no. Look, more blood. What are you, a vampire?
Not you this time, Mr. G. You're my victim. Your chart says you're here for a sex change operation. Why in the world would you want a sex change operation?
Boredom.
Why?
Look, I'm thinking of getting one myself next week. They say women live longer.
Okay, Mr. G. Nap time. You know, I think you're making a big mistake.
Is that a medical opinion?
Can I ask you a personal question?
Sure.
Have you ever, with a woman?
No.
You're kidding.
Oh, I think I'm missing something good.
Well, that explains it. You'll try it. You'll change your mind. Well, you don't know. You've never tried it. We're really very nice. How long are you going to be here?
2 weeks.
Oh, great. Well, that gives me plenty of time. I taught my cousin to drive in 3 days. See ya.
Incredible. You know, since I've been here, in that bed there's been a movie producer, a longshoreman, and a hockey player. In 6 weeks, none of them could get to first base with that cutie. And now, witut trying, in 5 seconds, a Fagala scores.
Again.
And then what happened after your mother disappeared?
I love that old man, but
Mr.
his
Campbell, I
language
understand these things are
is a
sometimes
little
difficult
70s.
to talk about, but Mr. Campbell. I'm sorry, I just dozed off. I do that a lot. I can fall asleep like that. So where was I? You said when you were a little boy, your mother went out for a pack of camels one day and didn't come back for 5 years. Look, this is ridiculous. My mother's got nothing to do with it. I know why I'm impotent, and it's ridiculous to come here and pay you to find out what I already know. Why are you impotent? I can't tell you that. Very often it helps just to get these things off our chest. And Mr. Campbell, anything you say here is completely confidential. No matter how terrible it is. That's right. But Mr. Campbell, everyone who comes in here thinks they are going to tell me something I've never heard before. And it never happens. We all have the same problems. Hey. I know what you hear. You hear a guy fools around on his wife. You hear some guys like weird things in the bedroom. Maybe one or two hate women. Maybe somebody's in love with a goat. That's nothing. What I got is big. I mean, big. You'd be shocked. No, I won't. Yes, you will. I guarantee I won't. Oh, yeah? Try me. I murdered my wife's first husband. My, that is a big one. You want me to tell you how
Recovered nicely.
You actually killed him? Yeah. See, I had this construction business. I still do. Anyway, one day my first wife took my kids and left me. She just left me. No talk, nothing. I came home from work and there was a note stuck in a meatloaf. It said, I'm leaving, I can do better.
Note in the
Pretty
meatloaf.
upset. I mean, my wife was gone, my kids were gone, so I just threw myself into the business. It became everything. Then one day, Johnny and Mary Dallas come to me. They asked me to build them a house. And I do. I'm married. It was love at first sight. In my job, you work very closely with the wife, and I did, and I was with her all the time. And then I did little things when I saw the job was coming to an end just to be with her. Like when I put in the kitchen, I left out the sink. She had to come tell me the sink was missing so I could be with her. Yeah, I left the toilet out of the bathroom. The closet didn't open, no stairs, little things like that. Anyway, once
No
the job
stairs
was
can kill
finished,
somebody, I think.
Johnny Dallas comes to me, says he wants to be my partner. He says bad things could happen if I refuse, and sure enough, accidents started happening. I even got beaten up by 2 goons. Then I realized he's a mobster. Then it all made sense. The accidents, the beatings, his shiny mohair suits. Anyway, then one night after work, I stayed on at the construction site, and I thought I got very depressed. I mean, I'd lost my wife, I lost my kids, I couldn't have Mary, and now I was going to lose my business. I decided to kill myself. Well, I guess this is it.
Alex!
Johnny Dallas had come to kill me. It was my last chance. Turn over the business to him, or he'd kill me. What, kill me? Hey, I was going to do it anyway. Suicide, murder. Makes no difference to me. I'm all yours. And then I thought, hey, this is crazy. I'm just giving up. Why should he win? I mean, I'm up there killing myself because of him, and he says he's going to kill me anyway. Hey, so why don't I kill the killer? Then he can't kill me. Hey, why me? Why not you?
Because I like that arrangement better.
And suddenly, I wanted to live. No, I've been thinking. And now that I think about it, I don't think I'm too crazy about this arrangement here. I mean, after all, like if we were to say, take a vote as to which guy should go off this girder, given your criminal record and not too charming personality, most people would pick you. However, I'm sure a lot of people would pick me. So rather than speculate out here, because a vote could go either way, why don't we just kind of hang around and talk about it?
No more talking. We've talked enough.
Well, I don't know. It's a nice night. A few minutes more wouldn't hurt.
You be part of this business, Campbell, or in 10 seconds, you'll be part of 40 seconds.
Hey, look out. Take it easy. Look out. You're going.
Well, I know that full story
So
now.
I killed him. I pushed him off the girder. You got a murderer sitting in your office, doctor, right on your couch.
It was self-defense.
Yeah, that's what I thought at first, but then I questioned it. I mean, I loved his wife. Could it be I just wanted to get rid of him?
Oh, I'm sure. But you never actually went out and killed him because of it. I mean, there you were, hanging from a girder 30 stories up. He had a gun in your ribs, murder in his heart. You had to make a choice. So you chose your own life. This would make a terrific screenplay.
So what? I'm not.
Priorities,
Of
Doctor.
course not. Absolutely not a murderer.
Oh, Dr. Malone. I gotta go now.
We still have some time left.
Yeah, I know, but I gotta go home and see Mary right away. You see, I came here because I had this problem, and I couldn't. Well, now the problem's solved, and I think I can. Of course, but when I get home, it might be that I can't again. But we're gonna find out.
Okay, now that we know the full story of why and how he killed Mary's first husband, it makes him a little less hateable, but also the first time we met him, he was so contentious with everybody he encountered in the family that it's still like, regardless of his reasonings, he's been an asshole for quite a while. I don't think that I like him still. I mean, it's clear now that what happened to the husband was self-defense, but I still don't like him.
I really need this in my life, Dennis. I mean, I need to.
Also, before we get into this part of the story, I did want to talk about this part of the story because that nurse, while it's realistic that people do, they do that, they say those things, it's extremely unprofessional of her as a nurse to be not only trying to change his mind about something like this, but to be hitting on a patient. They hit on the nurses because, as the old man says, it's all he can do at this point, and it keeps his heart going. They're not supposed to be flirting back that way or coming on to him or, acting that way. And I get it, it's because she thinks that she can turn him, she can change him, and that's unfortunately a mindset that a lot of people have still today.
Open this up and see this picture of you looking at her the way a cat looks at tuna fish.
Jody, it's a publicity picture.
Now, don't tell me. Joe Namath. Hey, that's right, you're Joe Namath.
No, sorry.
Listen, Dennis, I'm here becoming a girl for you. But if you've already got one, what am I doing? You think I need this? Think I'm looking forward to retaining water?
Not exactly how it's going to work.
You're Mickey Mantle.
Jody, don't you think you're
overreacting a little?
Overreacting? Dennis, this is not clip the zinnias, they grow back next spring.
Come on, Jody. I mean, look, I'll come back and see you in a few days, okay? Take care.
O.J. Simpson?
Oh, no. Hey.
Hey, Eunice. Hello there.
Corinne, how have you been?
You get such cute visitors. Mine are all old Jewish prunes.
Who was that guy, Jody? He looked familiar.
I thought it was Joe Namath.
You can tell her, Jody. She won't tell anyone. You know? Jody, tell me.
Oh, I can't, Corinne.
You told Eunice.
Well, we traded. She told me something.
I got something, and it's much better than Eunice's. You can't tell him that.
He's got nipples
That's
poking.
something else.
Sorry.
There's something else.
Ooh, I want to hear that.
I'm not noticing that.
I'll listen to anything.
The hospital must be cold.
Well, I can't tell you that one, but this one is pretty good.
Is it better than Eunice and Congressman McCallum?
Congressman Walter McCallum? Oh, that's all right, sweetheart. Don't worry. It's safe with me. With my heart, they applaud if I'm still alive for dinner.
Well, what is it, Corinne? Only if Jody tells me who that was.
Okay.
And then you'll tell me?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm in love with a priest.
They is me.
No, you're not. You're in love with yourself.
Father Timothy Flotsky. The closest I ever get to him is in a confessional. How's that for an impossible relationship? Beats mine.
And mine.
So who was that?
Dennis Phillips.
Gott in Himmel.
The quarterback? You mean you and he are...
Yeah, baby. You and the quarterback. And you and a priest. And you and a married congressman. And I thought Jews liked to suffer.
Benson.
I thought you were alone.
Hello, Benson.
Nice of him to
Hi,
visit.
Benson.
Hi, Corinne. Nice to see you. I was just passing by. There's some stuff.
Thanks, Benson.
Now, don't think it's because I like you.
It's a duck and rum sauce. Banana bread.
Well, I better be going.
No, stop.
No, Benson, we were all trading secrets when you came in. You can trade secrets with us.
Secrets?
Yeah, we each told our biggest secret. What's your secret, Benson?
I can't wait to hear this one.
My secret is I know all your secrets.
You know Jody's secret?
He's in here for a sex change operation. What's the big secret in that?
That's not a secret.
Who's that?
Gerber Hart, which gets weaker by the minute. I know a secret.
Jody, tell him.
He's
Okay.
cute.
Dennis Phillips.
What about Dennis Phillips?
I'm going with Dennis Phillips.
Where?
We're lovers, Benson.
The quarterback.
Right.
Get out of here. Everybody
Vincent
else.
kills me. His delivery is just perfect.
Goodbye. Thank you, Benson.
Time for your IV. Now, what would you like? We've got dextrose, glucose, plasma, saline, 7-Up, Dr. Pepper, and ginger ale.
I was about to say, isn't that dangerous?
That's it. The pacemaker just went.
Pretty good, huh?
Danny, why'd you tell everybody to leave for?
Well, I figured they wouldn't want to stay. I mean, the last time it came around, we all got shot at.
Wait, who got shot at?
So, how you doing?
Okay.
Excuse me, what about this shooting?
So, how you doing?
Pretty good, pretty good. I'm a little
There's a woman in the
chuffy.
audience
I
that
find
really
myself
enjoyed
whirling
that
around
joke.
a lot when I'm out on the street.
Listen, Sonny girl. You mentioned about shooting. See, I'm a heart patient. And my doctor told me I should specifically avoid gunfire. Fatty foods and gunfire.
Well, don't worry about it, because I'm leaving.
Thanks, Gus.
Listen, I'll come back and see you in a few days. Will you still be you?
Yeah, but who will you be?
I'll surprise you. Take care, little brother.
Bye, big brother. Danny,
Wig.
your wig.
Thanks.
Is the hat attached to that wig?
So, that's your brother. Well, he's a nice boy. Looks like Anne Bancroft.
Mary, I got your message. Are you all right? Oh, Jess, thanks for coming. I was just so depressed.
Oh, Mary, hospitals depress everyone. I mean, they make them that way on purpose, you see, so sick people will get well in a hurry and go home.
It's not just that. It's my whole life. I have one son who's about to become my daughter. I have another son who someone's trying to kill. I have a lunatic stepson and his dummy living in my house, and a husband who doesn't want to make love to me. That's not life. That's something by Tennessee Williams.
Well, Mary, at least you have something.
Something?
Yes, well, I mean, look at my life. Chester's always working, so he's never home. Corinne has moved in with Peter, so she's never home. And Eunice is always traveling around, so she's never home. And Billy's growing up now, so he's never home. And Daddy's, just never home. Do you know what I do? I wander around that big house all day long, not knowing what to do. I can't wait till 3 o'clock to talk to Dinah Shore. What? Dinah Shore. I talked to her. But she doesn't answer back. She's on television, Mary, so of course she can't answer back. But, she has such a nice face, and she's so pleasant. I mean, I find it very comforting to have her to talk to.
Jess, you can call me. Why don't you call me?
Oh, Mary, I wouldn't want to bother you. My goodness, you have enough problems of your own. Besides, you're the one that needs cheering up today. That's why we're having lunch together.
Claire, you are so cute when you're mad.
I'm serious, Chester. If you don't leave Jessica this week, I am going to the Securities Exchange Commission.
There'll be no need to do that, my darling. No need at all.
Why, Chester?
Because I'll be leaving, Jessica.
When?
Let me surprise you.
Now, Mary, I mean, if we didn't have unhappy experiences, how would we know?
Hopefully
when we were
Jessica
having
will
happy
leave
ones?
him. And we'll be done with this side plot.
What, Mary? What?
Look at this plate, Jessie. Isn't it beautiful? The pattern is so delicate. Mary, it's white. That's what I mean. The pattern is so delicate, you can't see it. Jessie, don't look.
Oh, my God.
Jessie,
So I guess she didn't believe it before.
it's true. All of it's true. Everything everybody's been saying all these years, it's true. Oh, Mary. I would faint if I knew how.
Poor Jessica.
Will Jody decide to be a woman, or will Nurse Nancy convince him to be with a woman instead? Since Bert couldn't with Mary because he thought he was a murderer, now that the psychiatrist has told him that he isn't a murderer and didn't do it, will he be able to? Will Danny run out of disguises or closet space? And what will Jessica, now that she's discovered what Chester is doing, do? These questions and many others will be answered on next week's episode of Soap.
Let's watch the credits for a second and see who that old man is because he looks familiar. Alphabetical order, okay. Wait, what was his name? Ernie, right? Or Arnie? goes so fast, I have to. Harold Gould. That still doesn't seem familiar, but I still swear that I know him. So, that was a lot. A lot happened in this episode. Hopefully, Jessica will leave. But I've been hoping since episode 1 that we would get rid of both of these husbands and these women could have fresh starts. So, but now that Jessica knows and she can't deny it anymore, I'm hoping that she just leaves him. But it's sad. You know, it's sad to see that she's finally forced to understand, because she wouldn't have ever believed or understood if she hadn't seen it with her own eyes. So I really want to get into the next episode. I'm trying to decide whether I want to, because it is after midnight. But there is always caffeine. So this might be a triple header. Alright, so the birds are still chirping. It's after midnight, and we're jumping straight into episode 10 because I'm finally at a point where I can watch through without everything, bombarding me and making me stop every 5 seconds. And I'm really getting into it. I really don't like Jodie's nurse. I'm hoping that she doesn't get too much airtime in this episode. I really like the old man that's in the hospital with him. He's sweet. I really like how everybody is there to support Jodie, even though some of them don't fully support his decision. It's clear, that they have a lot of doubts and a lot of problems, but they're still supporting him in his choice, and I think that is absolutely wonderful. Even Benson showing up to bring him. I'm getting choked up on that. That is just absolutely beautiful, especially for this time period, for them to be showing that kind of acceptance for something like this. And the nurse saying, that he might not be sure because he hasn't been with a woman. That's a feeling and a thought that a lot of people have about gay or about trans people, but you are who you are, and you know who you are, even if you haven't tried something. You know what you like. That's something that people don't understand. But, like, I don't know how to explain it. My ex, who is now a woman, knew from 4 years old. All right, at 4 years old, you don't make choices like that unless it's something that you are. And even if it was just like something that came up as a kid, if it wasn't who you really were, it would eventually fade away. You wouldn't be that anymore, right? But a lot of people you meet who are trans will tell you that they have known and they have felt that way their entire lives. It's not just a phase that you go through as a teenager, or, because you're going through a lot. And I can't fully talk about it because I don't experience it myself. I'm a woman. I've always known that I was a woman. I've always felt myself to be a female. So I can't put myself in the shoes of somebody who has felt differently, but I do know people who have felt differently. And it has been the same where all of the people that I've known, that I've talked to, where they've felt that way since childhood. The most clear thing that they have ever understood was that they were in the wrong body. And it's I'm gonna let it go. I promise I'm gonna shut up and get into the episode. And I've skipped the theme song again for this one, so we're just going straight into the recap.
Jody checked into the hospital to become a girl and wound up meeting a girl who would like him to stay a guy. Danny has been running around in disguise as running from the mob. So far, Danny has not been caught, but Chester has been. Jessica met Mary for lunch and saw him kissing Claire. Confused? You won't be after this week's episode of Soap. We began this week's episode of Soap shortly after Jessica and Mary saw Chester and Claire.
Oh, Mary, thank you so much for coming home with me.
Feeling any better?
Uh-huh. Good. I really feel like such a fool, Mary. I mean, all those years of not believing, and I still find it hard to believe. I mean, not that I don't believe it, Mary. I mean, I do believe it. I saw it with my very own eyes. It was Chester and Claire, and he was kissing her. And you know what is really funny, Mary? Chester doesn't even like to kiss.
Don't keep going over it, Jess.
You know what, Mary? I think we're cursed.
Who?
Us. All of us. I think that there is a curse on this family.
Well, if there isn't, there should be.
Benson, do you know where we keep the family photo album?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Would you mind bringing it to me?
Why do you want to look at those depressing pictures?
Benson, they're family photographs.
They are depressing. A bunch of ugly people in old clothes. And then you got those dried up pressed flowers that fall out all over the place. And then the pictures crumble and you cry. Every time you look at those pictures, I got to do the form.
Mary, I think I am on to something. I think that in those pictures we'll find the answer. Mary, did you see The Omen?
No.
Well, I mean, nobody believed Lee Remick when she said that her son was the devil and he was trying to kill her. And you know what happened? He killed her. And then, I mean, of course, everyone said, well, she was right. But, I mean, it did her a lot of good. She was dead by then. Oh, thank you, Benson. Thank you. Oh,
Look at this.
gee, I'm sorry, Benson. Look, Mary, look.
Randolph.
And where is Randolph, Mary?
Jessie, no one knows where Randolph is.
Exactly. Our brother, who fathered an illegitimate child with a Swedish maid and then disappeared into the wilds of Ecuador. Don't you think that's peculiar?
Jessie, Randolph was peculiar.
Oh, Mary, he wasn't. He was cursed.
Jessie, Randolph wasn't cursed, he was nuts. Any man who would go to Ecuador to sell wall-to-wall carpet is nuts.
Mary, look at this.
Who's that?
Well, I don't know who it is, Mary, but I saw The Exorcist, and that face is worse.
Oh, that's Mr. Tate.
Oh, my God, Mary, it is. It's Chester.
Yeah, on your wedding day.
It is not, Benson. It's our Halloween party because I'm dressed as Chiquita Banana. You think I wear bananas on my head to a wedding?
Don't ask me.
I wish I knew someone that removes curses.
Jessie, we are not cursed. There is no such thing as a curse.
Mary, how can you say that? I mean, Mary, look at me. I married a man who does you know what?
That's not a curse.
I have one illegitimate daughter who sleeps around.
It's not a curse, Jess.
Well, I have one daughter who doesn't even go out on dates.
That's not a curse.
Daddy still believes the war's going on.
Not a curse.
All right, Mary. Your first husband committed suicide. You have one son who's gay, who's going to have a sex change operation. You have one son who's a spy. You have one stepson who lives with a dummy. And you have another stepson who came between Corinne and me, and your husband won't make love to you.
You're right, we're cursed.
Not cursed, just have some bad writers.
Yes.
I'm you son Danny's employer? May I come in?
Yes.
Oh, thank you. Oh,
Where is he?
house hunting, he's been driving me crazy, you know. Every time he goes into a house, he's gonna look around all the rooms. Mrs. Campbell, about Danny, you know, I'm a little bit worried about him. He leaves so suddenly.
Listen, Mr.
Smith. George Smith. My friends call me Georgie, or Georgie boy. My mother calls me Face. My father calls... Forget about my father.
Danny's not here. He's in Europe.
You have his address in Europe?
No, just Europe.
Well, you know, this creates a little problem for me because my boss wants me to find Danny so bad. He says if I don't find him, then nobody's ever going to see me again.
I know who you are.
Giorgio Smith.
You want to kill Danny, don't you?
Kill Danny. Where do you get such crazy ideas from? Kill Danny, eh?
Bad timing.
Rabbi Maccabee here collecting some money for trees. Hello, mister. You look like a fine gentleman. Nice hair. Nice Jewish people. Campbell-Bits. It's a nice Jewish name.
It's Campbell.
Not Jewish.
Danny saw them when he opened the door. Why didn't he turn and go
Anyway,
away?
Israel is a jungle from the trees.
Wait. I'll get you some money.
No, I spare the momento, you know.
I guess it would have looked too suspicious if he had just turned and walked the other way, but now he's in the house. So what? Bad choices. Bad choices. Bad timing and bad choices. But he should not have entered the home knowing that the Godfather was right there. I'm out of coffee. Caffeine sorted. I'm gonna be flying around the room like a hummingbird myself at about 2 a.m. Okay. Why does Danny keep showing up? I mean, this is not how you go into hiding. The disguise is fine, but why do you keep going home? I understand him wanting to go to the hospital to see Jody. Jody's about to go through something extremely serious. But why does he keep going home? It doesn't make sense. Aside from plot-wise, we need to keep him in the picture. But if he was really in hiding, he would not keep showing up.
There's a lot of phony balloonies going around here collecting for things they just make up. You got credentials?
Credentials?
Yes.
Do I have credentials? You want credentials? 5,000 years of suffering. How's that for a credential? You want credentials? I will give you
All
credentials.
right. I'm sorry.
Credentials, he asks. Bar mitzvah, chopped chicken liver, Tel Aviv. Bagel credential. Mr. Schmatty Pants, your head should grow in the ground like an onion. You want credentials? Wholesale credentials.
All right, Rabbi. I was just trying to be careful. There you go. And Mrs. Campbell will be in touch with you, eh?
You want more credentials?
No, I don't.
I'll give you some more credentials.
I'm sorry, Rabbi. Let me give you a check.
Oh, it's me.
Danny! You know who that was? They want to kill you.
I know, Ma.
You gotta get out of here.
Ma, it's all right. They're gone.
You're not a spy, are you?
No, Ma, I'm not.
Oh, God.
How you doing? How you doing?
You give it money to every crackpot that comes around.
Bert,
It's for a good cause, right? I know, that's what they all say. What is this for? Trees, I bet, right? Trees? Huh? What is with your country and trees?
I don't know. Maybe they got a lot of dogs.
Danny!
No, damn it. I was just leaving.
Boy, Dan, you had me fooled. It's Danny.
I know, Bert.
I gotta go.
This bit is going to get old fast of him showing up in different costumes when he's supposed to be in hiding. Get you a fucking hotel room and camp out. Stop showing up.
Hey, man.
All the money he's spending on disguises, he could get a place to stay.
Oh, hey, where were you?
I was with Jessica.
Hey, Mary. What do you say, how about we go upstairs?
Why?
Why? I see it's been so long you don't remember, all right? Okay, now. See, Mary, what I'm trying to say is, why don't we, go upstairs, you know, and kind of lounge around. No. Mary, I saw Dr. Meadow today. And guess what?
What?
I think I can.
Now?
Everybody's got the worst timing today.
But now,
I'm just not in the mood.
not in the mood. Not in the mood for 6 months. All I've been hearing from you is when. Now all of a sudden, it's I'm not in the mood.
Bert, how can I be in the mood? This morning we took Jody to the hospital. This afternoon, Jessica found out Chester has been unfaithful to her. And a few moments ago, I found out the mob is trying to kill Danny.
Well, that kind of lets the air out of my tires. So to speak.
Yeah, she is going through it. Good for him that his dick's working again, but she's going through it.
Hi.
What are you doing here? How'd you get in here? You gotta get out of here.
I have to talk to you.
No, no,
Oh my
talk.
God.
Enough. That's it for talking.
I hate
So unhappy.
You, what do you think this
I hate this plot line. Because Father Tim, Pastor Tim, whatever he wants to be called, Tim, does not deserve this. He is genuinely trying to be a good dude. She needs to find somebody else. She's got so many other guys that she's sleeping with. There's literally no reason other than pure narcissism that she won't leave this pastor's dick alone. It's pissing me off.
thrills me? Corinne, you can't be here. This is for priests.
Tim, you know that guy I live with, Peter?
Come on now, Corinne, don't start. Come on now, up on your feet.
But I have to talk to you.
No, we've done enough
The
talking.
guy I live with and the other guy I'm sleeping with.
But Tim...
No, but Tim. Only one word I listen to. Goodbye, Tim. Well, that's 2 words. Let's say goodbye. Goodbye, Corinne.
Goodbye, Tim.
Good. I like that. You did that well.
Thank God. Possibly the right person to thank in this
I need
situation.
your help. This business with Corinne is getting to be too much for me. See, being a priest means more to me than anything ever has in my life. 10, 12 years ago, remember what I was like? In high school, I majored in motorcycles. I was a bum. Nothing. And then I found you. I came back to the church, and I became a priest. And I love it. I love what I'm doing. I've been really happy. Except for one thing. Corinne. I mean, she stirred up all these old feelings. Hey, I know I'm a man, and I know we all have those feelings, but I think I'm getting them too much, you know? So I'm thinking, maybe there's something wrong with me in the priest department.
Something's wrong with her.
I understand tests, and I know you've given some humdingers in your day, but... are you gonna send Corinne in once a week for the rest of my life? Because if you are, I think we're gonna get to a week there that could embarrass everyone. I don't know. I thought I had the calling. But now, I don't know. Do I? What in the world? I think I'll pass on the sign. You get a little flamboyant with the signs there. Excuse me. Flamboyant. I'm telling God he's flamboyant. Well, thanks for listening. I feel better just having talked. And if you got an answer, all right, you can give me a sign. But nothing crazy now. Please. Goodbye.
I hope Corinne doesn't wind up pregnant with his kid.
Dennis, what do you mean it's not such a good idea that I have the operation?
I don't know. I mean, the sex change operation is such a drastic step.
What are you talking about?
I don't know.
Dennis?
Well, it's just a... Well, I've been thinking, and maybe it's not such a good idea.
Why? Dennis, what's going on?
I'm gonna marry Jill.
What?
Excuse me. I have to go meet Mandelbaum. See, he challenged me to a race around the hospital floor. I'll be back in a week or two.
Good timing.
You gonna marry her?
Yes.
Well, that's one wedding night they could show on Saturday morning television.
Jody, I'm sorry.
Oh, I love it. The homosexual and the starlet are getting married. You'll kill each other fighting over the electric rollers.
Jody.
You're gonna marry your Dennis? Do you have any idea what you're getting yourself into?
Jody, I'm scared.
Well, I don't blame you.
No, I have to do it. Jody, I'm a football player. That's all I know. Soon I'll have to earn a living from having been a football player. I'm not the smartest guy in the world. I can't do anything else, Jody. Look, even if you had the operation, I mean, sooner or later people would find out. I'd never be able to find work. I can't do it. I don't want to marry her, but I'm scared. I guess you'll have trouble believing it, but I love you. And I'll always love you.
That's bullshit. That's absolute bullshit, because if he loved him, he would be with him, regardless of how scared he is of their future. You know, he says he doesn't want to marry this woman, but he's scared. Jody is also scared, but he's going through with this surgery for the love of this fucking asshole. Because no matter how scared Jody is, he would rather be with this man. So it's garbage for this man to be standing here saying that it's his fear. He can't be with Jody just because he's afraid. He has to marry this woman because he's afraid. Yes, both of you have reasons to be afraid. But Jody is literally giving everything he has to this relationship because he loves you. So the fact that he's trying still to say that he loves Jody is angering, because Jody is showing his love, their love. Like, love is an action, it's not words. You can say I love you 1,000,000 times. It means more when you show it through your actions. Jody has shown through their actions how much they love and want to be with this man. This is bullshit. His excuses are bullshit.
Sorry, Jody.
He's bullshit.
Okay, I'm fine. I am fine. Sure, I'm fine. Boy, I can really pick 'em. No sense being a girl. Actually, there's no sense in being. It's checkout time. Make life a lot easier for me. Mom, Bert, Anita Bryant?
Anita Bryant was somebody who was very against the gays back in the day.
Time for your pill, Mr. Dallas.
Nurse, hemorrhage in 514, quick!
Would you look at this? Very nice. What, are you trying to tell me something? Just a few of these. A couple of the yellow. Love the lavender ones. Whole bunch of these.
Of all the characters to kill off, they're choosing Jodie.
I wonder how long this will take.
Jody. Jody, did I ever tell you about my wife? I know you're not in the mood right now to hear stories by old men, but you'll listen. It could help. See, my wife, Jody. My wife was a wonder. I swear she was a miracle, Jody. She used to walk down the street. The whole Bronx would light up. I used to stare at her in amazement, think how lucky I was. And after 15 years, I still stared at that woman in amazement. She was all I needed, Jody. I had the whole world right there. If I died, I could have died happy. The trouble was, she died. One day, wakes up, little lump. 6 months later, bing, bing, the light goes out on my life. Oh boy. I tell you, I walked around for months. I was doubled over. It's like somebody slugged me. I went through the normal routine of daily living. I ate, I slept, I went to the bathroom. And in between these three major activities, Judy, there was a lot of pain. I never thought I'm never going to fall in love again. Well, a few years later, I met a redhead. Not like my wife. No, entirely different. So I ate, I slept, I went to the bathroom, and one day, I laughed. One day I noticed I laughed. Then another day I hummed. And then soon after, I sang. Well, I married her. No, Jody. If we weren't happy, in entirely different ways. It wasn't better, it wasn't worse. It was different. There I was, miserable Barney Gerber, happy again. You see, Joe, you see how smart I was. I thought I'll never love again. I thought I'll never be happy again. Huh? I also thought I'll never have to say goodbye again. Yeah, 10 years we were happy, Judy. And then one day, some maniac with bourbon in his blood, something on his mind, runs through a red light and stops Barney Gerber right in mid-song. Well, it was 16 months ago. Well, since then, I have eaten, I have slept. Occasionally, I went to the bathroom. And I had a heart attack. So I said, Gerber, that's all. You're finished. Forget it. Well, it's never going to happen again. Once was wonderful. Twice was incredible. A third time? What? You're kidding yourself. Come on. Third time would be asking for a miracle. But you know something, Jody? I don't really believe that. If I believed that, I wouldn't be here in this hotel letting them sew Dacron into my heart to hold it together. I wouldn't be here begging my blood to visit my heart at least a few times a day. You know, to keep it going, I wouldn't be here at all, Jody, if I didn't believe there could be a third time. Listen, my kid, I know that you don't feel so terrific right now. But wait, Jody. Wait. Someday, I guarantee you, you're gonna hear somebody laughing. And you'll turn around, and it'll be you.
Are the Tates and the Campbells cursed?
Sorry, guys. A little soap in my eye. I kept waiting for the nurse to come in and notice that all the pills were gone.
Are they just having a run of bad luck? Is Danny's rabbi disguise good enough to fool the mob? Is it good enough for him to perform Passover services? Will Father Tim get a sign from God? A phone call? A mailgram? Something. Will Jody live? These questions and many others will be answered on next week's episode of Soap.
What is there to say? I have to jump into the next episode to see whether Jody's okay. Because there's no way I'm going to be able to leave it at that. But first I'm going to have to cry for a little bit. Because this soap opera has finally gotten emotional. What the fuck? I just feel so bad for Jody. I know he's completely heartbroken because of that fucking asshole. He was willing to go through so much to be with him. I am not fully okay. But we are jumping straight into the next episode, which I believe is episode 11. Check, make sure. Yeah. I've only got 13 episodes downloaded, so if I'm going to continue tonight, I can only do 2 more episodes anyway. But the last episode left me a fucking crying mess because Jody has attempted to kill himself after the football player asshole broke up with him. And the whole time that old man was talking to him, I kept expecting the nurse to come in and find that all the pills were gone. Like, the nurse has been gone for way too long.
Last week's episode of Soap, Jessica convinced herself that Chester's infidelity and all the bad things that have befallen the Tates and the Campbells are a result of a curse. But even though they're cursed, she's still not too thrilled with Chester. The Godfather came looking for Danny, but Danny was dressed as a rabbi, and instead of getting killed, Danny got a contribution. Bert, who came away from Dr. Medlow thinking he couldn't, because Mary, upset over the day's events, wouldn't. Dennis told Jody there was no need for a sex change operation because he's decided to marry a girl. On hearing the news, Jody swallowed the contents of the pill cart for the entire West Wing of University Hospital. Confused? You won't be after this week's episode of Soap.
I mean, he's in the hospital, so obviously he's going to be okay.
I'm in the mood for love simply because your name is mine.
It still sucks.
I'm not too crazy about that body. Not too crazy about that face either. Oh boy, After 6 months, this is what you got to look forward to. Oh, it's too bright, of course. I mean, who can look good in this light? Right there. It's too dark. We never find each other. Good.
Dumbass.
Good. Come on. She could do worse. How about a little music here? No, forget it. With my luck, she'd want to dance. Okay. Oh, God, what if I can't?
Simply because you're near me, honey, but when you're near me, I'm in the mood for love. Heaven is bright as the star above me. Perfect. Oh, God, what if he can't? I feel like an idiot going out there dressed like Mae West. No, I'll go out looking normal. These feathers will terrify him. If I look too magnificent, he might be overwhelmed. I'll go out very nonchalant, like I was expecting nothing. Maybe I'll carry a book. So it's got a few feathers. So what? Plenty of people go to sleep like this. Sure they do. In Vegas for $100 a night.
Hi.
Hi.
That new?
Oh, no. Had it for years.
Oh, that's terrific.
It's just polyester. I mean, it's not silk or anything. Actually, I bought it on sale.
You're so beautiful.
Bert.
Mary. That was a nervous wreck.
I lied. It's brand new. I bought it this morning.
Okay,
What was that noise?
that was my heart.
Bert, I heard something.
It was the house settled in the morning.
Wait, go look. I'll be nervous.
Don't move. Don't fall asleep. I'll be right back. Don't even close your eyes.
Danny?
What, Danny, what a night you picked to visit. Hey, come on, wait a minute. It's not that I'm not happy to see. I am. I love you. Good to see
You're being
you.
robbed?
But Danny, I see your mother and I were upstairs, and we were just gonna, you know what I mean? But it's okay. We got all night. And they didn't take all day tomorrow off. Hey, Mary, look who's here. It's Danny. Come on, what's the matter with you? Take that thing off. You're in the house. Look who's here.
Danny. Danny. So funny. Take that thing off.
You won't. Wait.
You put on a little weight.
Listen, fella, forget it.
Oh, but listen.
Hey, alas, forget it. The house is not for sale.
Listen to me.
Omar, what is what you got? You got yourself a little oil, right? You're getting a little crazy. And the Japanese are taking over the whole country. Next thing you know, we'll all be eating with chopsticks.
So who's the other guy?
Get out.
Bert, it's me. Danny.
No.
Yes.
We already got it, Danny.
Bert.
Then who's... Oh, Danny. Come on. Get his mask
Well, he's
on.
obviously not there to kill Danny, or he would have the second they said his
Come on.
name.
What's the idea of impersonating my
Is that
son?
Tim?
I'm not impersonating your son.
You come in here, you hug me, you kiss Mary.
I didn't hug you. You hugged me. What are you doing here anyway, huh? Robbing. What are you doing here? Looking for your tribe?
Come on, what'd you take?
Nothing.
Come on.
I swear. All right, I was going to take the television set, but then I realized that I don't have a car, and I couldn't just walk out of here and get on the crosstown bus carrying a 21-inch TV, so I decided to leave. And then I tripped on the extension cord.
You keep forgetting to fix that. It's dangerous.
I know I could have broken my neck as it is. I think I sprained my ankle.
Mary, call the police.
It's a kid.
Mary, he's a robber.
Look, mister, this is my first time, I swear, and my last. I hate it. I'm a nervous wreck. You can't believe how dry my mouth is, from nerves. And look at this, I'm shaking like a leaf. Look at my hand.
You watch him.
A person can't get a wink of sleep around this house.
Matching pajamas.
Oh, and this is nice. You coming down to get your kennel shoed?
You folks, circus people?
Yeah. Yes, it's... When? Yes. Yes, yes. Yeah, we'll be right there.
What is it?
It was a hospital. Jody tried to kill himself.
No.
It's
okay. He's still alive, but we want to get down there right away.
Ma, he's gonna be okay. Hey, look, I'm sorry. If I had a car, I'd drive you, but I could have stolen one last night. A guy left his keys in it, but I got a little nervous. All right, just locking up for you.
So I did assume that since he was already in a hospital, they would likely catch it and be able to save him. Because when you overdose on pills, unless it's a very specific kind, it's not going to kill you immediately. It's going to make you very, very sick first. When I was 19, I took an entire bottle of Tylenol PM and half a bottle of Somas, I think was what they were called. They were my grandmother's medication for sleeping. I was taking anything I could find. And I don't know how long it took, but I got really sick. So I had sat down with a jug of milk, just a gallon of milk, and started swallowing pills. And then I laid down and thought that I would just go to sleep and never wake up. And the room started spinning. And I found myself just vomiting. I made it to the bathroom first. I had been programmed at that point to never throw up anywhere else. But I have no memory of how I got to the bathroom. And my grandmother, we lived out in the woods, so the ambulance wouldn't come down to get me. They asked her to bring me to them. So she got me dressed and drove me down to the fire department. And I died in the ambulance. And I died once again at the hospital. And I woke up 2 days later. And they had pumped my stomach, and it was a whole deal. But even with all of the time of having to drive to the fire station and get me to the hospital, they were still able to bring me back. So with Jody already being at the hospital, there was a very high likelihood that they were going to be able to save him. But they didn't exactly say what pills he took. It was just a whole bunch of stuff, so. Okay, sorry. Might explain a little bit why that affected me so much.
Hi.
Oh, Mr. and Mrs. Campbell.
They said they were bringing Jody back up here.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, he's going to be all right. A couple of hours ago, I sneaked down to intensive care and I saw him. I took along a mop and made believe I was a janitor.
How was he?
He's going to be fine, really.
Fine. Fine. How fine can he be? He came here a guy, he wanted to be a girl, decided he'd rather be a corpse.
I can't stand it quiet. Well, I had no resistance. In the elevator alone, I caught 3 fatal diseases.
Boy, shh. It's a hospital.
No, I thought it was a discotheque.
Hey, that's nice. Live entertainment here.
Oh, get me out of here. Old sick people depress me.
Hey. Knock it off. Sorry, Mr. Gerber.
Oh, that's all right. Listen, he's right. I am old and sick. I just thank God I'm not made of wood. They're going to bring him right up. Oh, boy, this is some treat. A hostile gal and now an Arab. I don't know who I love more. Hi, how you doing? Fine. Listen, I think before you get too friendly, you should know I'm Jewish. Mr. Gerber, it's me. Yes, I know you. Who are you? I'm Danny. That's not an Arab name. I'm Jody's brother, Danny. Oh, that's last time you were a girl nurse. That's right. Hey, it must take you a while to get dressed in the morning.
Hi, Danny.
Hey, Jody.
Hi, Bert. Hi, Chuck.
Well, if at first you don't succeed.
All right, I'm just a little tired, that's all. Barney, that story you told me really made me want to live, but I was just too sleepy to tell you.
Hey. Are you sure you're okay? I mean, they said you could come home in a couple of days. I mean, do we have to start throwing out aspirins, hiding razor blades? What?
Bert, please. That's not something I'm ever going to do again.
Yeah, please. I hope not.
And I've also decided not to have the sex change operation.
Oh. Wonderful. You lose a daughter, you gain a suicidal sissy.
Hey, shut him up, will you?
Hey, go pitch a tent.
I really don't believe it.
Good. I hate it here. With all these germs, God knows what I caught.
If there's a God, maybe termites.
Jody, I gotta take off. I'll see you soon, all right?
All right, I'm coming down with you. I'll see you. Okay. All right? Mary, you'll be downstairs. Mr. Gerber.
I'm sorry, Mom.
It's okay as long as you're all right.
It was a stupid thing to do.
You were upset.
There's no reason to take 45 pills.
45? How did you do that? You've never been able to swallow pills. You still break aspirin in half because they're too big.
It's just a stupid thing to do.
Well, there's something I always say. In your life, you're entitled to one really stupid thing. Right?
I say 5. 5 stupid things.
Oh. Well, I guess I say 1 because I once did a really, really stupid thing.
What?
Oh, I can't tell you.
Oh, come on, Mom.
No, it was the stupidest thing I've ever done. I can't tell you. No, I can't. I'll tell you about the time I can't tell you that either. Okay, I got it. I'll tell you about when I once. Oh, God, I can't tell you that. That's the most awful. Okay, I got it. That's worse than all the others.
So that's 4 stupid things.
Is it?
Yeah, 4 stupid things that are so stupid you can't tell us.
Well, I guess you're right. We're entitled to 5 stupid things.
I told you, fine. What do you think? I made that up? That's a statistic.
So, I guess you've got 4 more. But please, no more like this one.
Okay, I promise. I'm stupid, but I'm not that stupid.
Okay. Go to sleep. I'll see you tomorrow. Good night, Mr. Gerber.
Good night. Well, she's all right, that lady.
Yeah.
Her husband, he's a little nervous, but he means well. Then your brother is a nice guy. I just worry about him tripping over his robe. But that wooden fella,
He's not related.
well, I didn't think he was. I mean, he's wood. I don't know. I don't know what the world is coming to anymore. When a gay man who was thinking of becoming a woman then decides on suicide, turns out to be the most normal member of the family.
I'm glad he's okay.
Oh, hi, babe. What's up?
I should ask you that.
What are you talking about, Carrie?
I'm talking about walking into the pro shop and finding you licking some woman's ear.
What are you, crazy? That was Mrs. Carr. I was giving her some pointers for the tournament tomorrow. I had to whisper in case Sarah Bourne walked in.
Oh, really? Is that a fact? And 2 hours ago when you said you had a lesson on court 3, where were you?
It's in court 5.
You weren't on court 5.
When I say 5, it wasn't 5, it was 8.
Look, I saw the girl you gave a lesson to in the locker room. An hour's lesson in this heat, and she wasn't sweating. She was smiling.
I know, it's incredible. The girl doesn't sweat. Has never perspired in her life. She was telling me about it. It's a medical problem, very dangerous, actually, because when she can't sweat, she can't rid her body of toxins and can poison herself to death, poor thing.
Peter, I found hairpins in our bed. I don't use hairpins.
I do.
You use hairpins?
Sure, when I run out of paper clips.
I found a pink headband.
Mine.
Pink.
Used to be red. Faded.
Look, Peter, I know what you were, but if we're going to live together, you're going to have to stop fooling around with other women, or I'll leave.
Honey, I'm not fooling around. I'm a teacher. I gotta get to know my students. To teach them the inner game, that's all it is.
Okay, but I've given up a lot for you, Peter. I've given up my home and my family, someone who's very important to me. So, if you're lying to me, and I catch you, I swear, Peter, I'll kill you.
Oh, Corinne.
Yet another character they still have not written off.
Hi, Jess. I hope you weren't worried when I didn't come home last night. I worked so late I stayed in town.
Chester, I saw you yesterday.
Well, Jessica, you see me every day.
I saw you eating lunch and kissing Claire.
Eating lunch and kissing Claire? I remember the eating. I had the roast beef. It was so tough I had to send it back, but I don't remember the kissing. Wait, kiss? Of course. It was Claire's birthday, and she gave me a kiss for taking her to lunch. That's what it was.
No, Chester, you were kissing her on the neck.
I wasn't kissing her on the neck, Jessica. I was smelling her neck. She wanted me to smell the perfume she'd gotten as a present.
Please, Chester, you had your face burrowed so deep in her neck for so long, I was surprised you weren't asphyxiated.
That was to look at the rash, Jessica. The perfume she wanted me to smell gave her a rash that she wanted me to look at. In fact, I sent her straight to the dermatologist.
This man's lies are not getting better.
All these years, I've never believed the stories that people told about you.
What
But now
stories? Oh, Jessica, do you know why people make up stories like that? It's because they're jealous. You see, they have so little themselves that they can't stand to see us happy.
Oh,
So,
enough, Chester, please. Do you know how that makes me feel, Chester? Do you know? To realize that my husband has been carrying on with every...
oh, fine, Jessica. Go ahead. Believe filth.
How would you feel, Chester, if you found out I had had an affair?
You?
Tell him.
You're so funny.
Well, I'm sorry, Jessica, but I just don't think of you as someone who has an affair, that's all. You and Julie Andrews.
Well, Chester, I had one.
Really?
Good.
Ooh.
That is not important, Chester. I mean, really, the name is not important.
Jessica, if you think that by telling me about an affair you never had, you're going to get me to admit to affairs I've never had, you're crazy.
It's true, Chester.
Oh, Jessica, you are funny.
I am not funny, Chester. If there is one thing I am not right now is funny, so will you please stop laughing? You were never here, Chester. I mean, when you were here, somehow you weren't really here, just like Fluffy.
What?
Do you remember Fluffy, the cat we had? I mean, you know, she would eat and she would wash herself and then she'd just lay around, you know? And I don't believe once in all those years that she ever really looked at any of us. I mean, of course, it was hard to tell with all that hair. You couldn't see if her eyes were open, which was, of course, why we called her Fluffy. I mean, Chester, that's why I had an affair.
Because of Fluffy.
Chester, it was short. It wasn't very spectacular, and it is over now, but, you know, for a little while, minutes maybe, somebody was really there.
You had an affair? You mean you slept with another man?
Well, I mean, Chester, that's usually what an
What
affair
she's been trying to
is.
say.
How could you? How could you do that to me? How many people know about this affair, Jessica? How many people have you bragged to about it?
I never bragged about it, Chester. I mean, that isn't something I exactly felt like bragging about.
I trusted you, Jessica. All these years I trusted you. And you went out and had a cheap, dirty, sordid little affair.
Well, Chester, I don't think of it that way. I mean, I did think of it that way for a while, but I don't anymore. I mean, I prefer to think of it as something that happened.
Something that happened?
Chester, what I did was wrong, and I am not trying to minimize it by saying this, but I mean, Chester, what I did for a few weeks, you made into a career.
Yeah, he was with his secretary for over a decade.
What are you talking about?
Almost 2.
Chester, surely you are not going to go on denying.
I am.
You have never been unfaithful.
That's right, never. I never have and I never would. Not once, not ever. Because I, Jessica, believe in the sanctity of our marriage.
Chester,
Kill him.
blow it out your ears.
Fuck yeah.
Jessica.
You know, what's really funny, Chester? I mean, this is the first time in all these years we've ever talked about anything that really matters. And you're not even really talking, Chester. I mean, please, let's be honest with each other, for God's sake. I mean, that's all we've got left to be.
I have been honest, Jessica.
Have you?
All right, Chester.
He keeps treating her like she's stupid.
What do you mean you don't know?
That's what I said.
Jessica, you can't just leave.
She can.
Just watch, Chester.
Now that Bert can, will he and Mary ever find the time? Will Corinne really kill Peter if she catches him fooling around? Will Peter continue to fool around? Will Corinne catch him? Now that Danny's been both an Arab and a Jew, will he declare war on himself? Will Jessica really walk out on Chester?
Stupid
Or will she call
joke.
a cab? These questions and many others will be answered on next week's.
Okay, so that was, I think, episode 11 of Soap. I've watched 4 episodes tonight. I think I'm going to compile all 4 into one thing. I'm not going to watch another episode tonight. It's almost 2 in the morning. I need to give it a break. But I needed to push through that one because I had to know whether Jody was going to be okay. And I'm so, so glad that Jody is okay. And I'm hoping that his storyline will progress now. He'll find himself a man that's not a complete asshole. That doesn't have to be secretive about it. Where he can actually be happy. And we can see what that is for Jody. I'm hoping Jessica is leaving for good. I mean, she says she's leaving. She's walking out the door, but it could just be for a night. So I'm hoping that she's just, obviously it's not going to be immediately. They drag things out on this show, but I'm hoping by the end of season 1 she is on her own or living with her sister or just something away from that man because he's a fucking asshole. She knows that he's cheating on her. And at this point, it doesn't even matter that she cheated on him because he can't be honest about what he has done. She has been honest with him. It took a little while, but she was honest with him. And the fact that he is still denying what she has been told and what she has seen with her own eyes, fuck that man. Literally, fuck that man. Most of the men in this show just make me angry. I like the colonel or the major. I like Benson. I like Jody. Like I said, I don't know if I'm going to continue season 2 the way that I've watched through season 1. I am enjoying it and it is getting better. I'm enjoying it more as we're progressing. But the way that they set up the story from the beginning where we knew everything, it made it a little harder for me to really focus. Like, I feel like Jessica was supposed to be set up as like a June Cleaver type, where it would be very shocking that she was cheating on her husband. But because the first time we met her, she was cheating on her husband, it instantly flies that out the window. And so I wasn't picturing her as that type. I was picturing her as a more promiscuous type, which is it's clearly not what they're trying to portray, but it's what they've portrayed. So it is what it is.